Good morning, everybody. Orin J here with another War of the Visions video, and today we've got some Final Fantasy 15 info to talk about because we got two characters coming this week, one of which you might have to pull for in Noctis, another of which is a handout unit in Prompto. This video right here, we're going to focus on Noctis, and not only the character, but like he's a main character and he's getting the main character treatment here. That means gear he's getting, that means a vision card he's getting. So let's talk about all of those things. And you know what? Let's start by talking about the dude himself. So here's Noctis on the screen, right? We're going to look at his stats and kind of talk about what he's supposed to be. So you see 99, 115, 120, all of that. I'm going to focus in on that column on the far right there, the 120s. He's got 4,200 HP, 473 attack. That is like bruiser territory, but I do think this guy is supposed to be like a high damage bruiser, maybe slash earth tank. He is capable of being a tank, you guys, and I'm going to kind of show you how when we look at his skills. So 4,200 HP, a little low for a tank, I think, but we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Magic at 297 is actually relevant on him. His magic stat will directly help him do more damage, not a ton more, but the more magic you can get on this guy, the better, and they've set him up for it through his other things he's gonna get. His agility at 63 is mediocre. Like for a new unit, it's really middle of the road. Dexterity and luck are fine. He's a move 3, jump 1. You can see he's gonna be very, very strong against lightning while being slightly weak to wind, but look at that defense and spirit stat, you guys. 10 defense and 6 spirit base. Phenomenal building blocks right there to start making a tank out of. If we look at his resist, he's got 10 slash resist, he's slightly weak to strike, 10 missile resist, and 10 magic resist. So really, he's set up pretty well to resist most damage types in the game. He also has 16 base crit and 25 base defense pin to help him do some damage. So like, when we're talking about this guy, look, I'm like all the way over here. Let me scoot a little bit to right here, get in the middle of the screen. When we're talking about Noctis, like, how does this make sense? How does this guy make sense? What is he really supposed to do? Well, let's compare him to some other collaboration characters that we've gotten in Global. And I chose to compare him here to Cloud and Warrior of Light. In my opinion, Cloud, as far as collaboration characters go, is one of the top tier DPS collab characters we got. He's 90 cost, probably should have been 100. Y'all know this guy puts in some work. Now, Cloud has less HP than Noctis does. God, I hope I've been saying Noctis instead of Prompto the whole time. I don't even remember. It's Noctis we're talking about. Cloud has less HP than Noctis does, but more attack. Okay, Cloud not meant to be a tank at all. Maybe Noctis kind of is. Cloud does 1 billion damage, and his attack is only about, what, 31 higher than Noctis? So he's hanging in there. Cloud, very, very fast at 68, has better dexterity and luck scores, and there you go. Cloud clearly meant to do damage, has a little bit more crit, has crit damage built in there, but honestly, Noctis is not stat-wise that far behind Cloud. Now, Cloud really takes off once you get into his kit. He becomes a god, but you can see the statistic comparison there. Now, Warrior of Light there on the far right is a collaboration tank that we've gotten in the past, and you can see that he has way more HP than Noctis does, right? 5,200 compared to 4,200. That's insane. But Noctis is considerably faster than he is, and they have very similar attack values. In fact, Noctis is I say similar. Noctis has a lot more attack than Warrior of Light does, and Noctis has a lot more magic than Warrior of Light. One reason I like this comparison, Warrior of Light has Spellblade sub-job that he can run sometimes to use like taunting spell. So does Noctis. So having more magic will help him deal damage with that, and it'll help with one of his special moves that's really unique to him. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now, Warrior of Light has 17 defense and 6 spirit base. That's insane. It's a little bit more, but I hope you can see, like with this comparison, how Noctis, in my opinion, falls somewhere in between these two guys as far as like, where he might fit into the game in Global. I think he can be a tank like how Warrior of Light is, but I think he's going to be even better off as like a really high damage bruiser, or someone like, it's maybe another Earth unit that's going to be really, really annoying to kill. Now, I want to build on this a little bit more. Let's look at the, I'm going to call it the main character treatment, right? Noctis is getting the main character treatment, and what I mean by that is he is getting his own weapon and he's getting his own vision card. So here they are. his weapon over here on the left, check out these stats. You're going to be like, wait a second, these stats are a little funky. And that's because they are. There's 3 versions to this weapon: assault, aim, and critical. Focus on the aim and critical versions and notice how they're kind of split with attack and magic value. I do think there is some there is a value, gosh, I'm using the word value too much, but there's value to be gained in stacking both damage types on Noctis. And if you look specifically at the crit version, you're getting 120 attack and 120 magic. Like, that's going to be decent on this guy. And then the slash resist penetration plus 20 is very, very nice, because whether you're doing physical attacks, whether you're doing magic attacks, whether you're doing both at the same time, which is something Noctis is going to be doing, slash resistance penetration will help you do more damage in that case. Overall, I think this is a pretty good sword. I think you should build a couple of these, maybe build some of the assault variant for just some of your other units, and it'll just be nice to have access to some slash resistance penetration, especially when used with something like the Exorcist Vision card. If this is easy to build, just build several of them, but maybe build a crit one or an aim one for Noctis himself. I'm going to test them out. I'm going to test out the different kinds once I get my hands on everything. Then check out his vision card. It also leans into that same sort of thing I'm talking about. Look at the stat line on this vision card. 224 HP, 132 attack, 116 magic. It's giving him both stats. And Noctis is going to have a not insignificant amount of magic if he's wearing his vision card and if he's using this sword. Someone in chat right now, because we're live, just pointed out, like, this could be good for somebody like Ramza. Yeah, I think it could. And maybe Noctis is literally like a better version of Ramza. Like, I'm going to put my face back on the screen here, because Ramza has been neglected. Let's be real. Ramza needs some love. And maybe Noctis is showing a pathway for Ramza back into relevance in a way. I don't know. They can do the same sort of things. Let's finish talking about this vision card real quick, though. It's a really good vision card, and in fact, if you're only building one thing from this week and you have Earth characters in your account, my hardcore recommendation is don't build the characters, build this vision card. This vision card is great. Earth attack and HP on the unit effect, phenomenal for any physical damage. Actually, this vision card's just great for everybody. Then the party effects are attack up for Earth units, dexterity up for Earth units, and magic resist for Earth units. This vision card's phenomenal. If you're an Earth player, you want this vision card. And then it does get the global upgrade right there for Noctis of slash attack resistance, piercing rate up. Very, very nice. Now, let's slide back over into this screen here. And actually what I'm going to do is put onto the screen some WoTV Calc here. Let's bring up WoTV Calc. Here it is. And here's Noctis. We got to talk about his TMR. I do think one thing that Noctis is a candidate for is maybe if you catch him like maybe you catch him on that 10 pull ticket we're getting or something like that. His TMR might just be worth taking him to level 99 for. I know on like Baby J's account, he is not necessarily going to go super hard for Noctis, but if he happens to catch him accidentally, he's absolutely popping this dude to 99 for this TMR. It's an armor, which typically I don't like, but we do have access to some good accessories, like the Elven Cloak that can make up for the weak defense and spirit values on this armor. Then check out the use. Like really what people want this for is the activatable effect. Let's be real. Protection of Successive Kings. It has a minimal AP restore, 5% for 3 turns. That's okay. That's like Oldoa's TMR. But then the Protect. Having access to Protect for your tanks is great. A 25% damage cut for 3 turns is awesome. Remember though, if you're using this TMR, you're probably going to want to max it out. So like you need to have those King burst pots. It's really good. I like it. Let's click on it real quick, see who all can wear it. Not everybody, but it's a really interesting mix actually that can wear this. So pay attention. Like you can see Prince Mont right here can wear it. This would be really good on Prince Mont. I'm not gonna lie. This thing would be pretty dang good on Prince Mont. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to our dude Noctis and let's look at his skills. Because I think this is something that everybody likes the most. His support abilities are all really, really good. and you just really gives you options, right? So, Successor to the Throne. This gives you attack up, which he does scale really heavily off attack, and then all elemental resistance plus 12%. If you're a bruiser, this is a fantastic support ability. Blessing right here, magic resistance plus 12, phenomenal, and lightning resistance plus 12. I hope already you can see that, like, he's an earth unit. He has access to these two support abilities. This dude will destroy lightning element units, destroy them. And not only that, the combination of these two things, elemental resist and magic resist, is going to make him not suck against somebody like Halloween Little Leela. He's not going to be terrible against her. I'm just throwing that out there. Then the two ninja support abilities are always useful. Agility is always nice to have access to, and then move and jump plus 1 for certain maps, like the limited Guild Wars map we just came off of. Really nice. Counter moves. Okay. He has physical counter, right? A 20% chance for a 45% damage reduction. I really like that one a lot. He has the same thing for magic, so you can gear him for either way. And then poison needle sucks. So run one of those first two, depending on what you want to fight. Okay, moving on down the line. Let's look at our boy's main job here. Okay, Blade Throw. This is his, like, basic auto attack replacer. It's pretty good. 121% damage, decrease attack and magic 38%. Like, it's decent, it's cheap, it's something you can do instead of auto attacking if you just have a little bit of AP left. We ain't worried about that. Now, let's get on to his, like, core skills. What can this guy do that makes him special? Power of the King that upgrades to Power of the True King. This is a very unique ability to him, which I love to see, right? He's a collaboration character. Give him something that no one else in the game has. Boom, they do that here. It is a, let's look at the EX upgrade version. It's a 20 defense buff for 3 turns to self. So here's another way of getting more physically tanky. Then, when casting another attack skill, also launch this other skill on target for 3 turns. And it increases his attack and magic by 40%. So again, another skill really leaning into beefing up both his attack and magic values. And here's where that starts mattering. Even though his main job skills scale off of attack, dex, agility, and luck, this other attack that triggers, we can scroll way down here to the bottom of the page and look at this. It's right here. Weapon Call. It is a it's a magic attack, right? That whenever he has that buff we just talked about on and he uses another ability, he'll also hit him with this. Crucially, it does not break chains. It's just elementalist, typeless magic damage, but it scales off of magic, dex, agility, and luck. So dex, agility, and luck, all going to be important stats for this guy. The magic will help this move do damage, and it will help him on his Spellblade subjob. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but Power of True King, this is something you're going to want him using at the beginning of every fight, or at least before he gets into combat every fight, because it's going to make him tankier, make him do more damage, and give him access to that secondary attack. Freaking cool skill. I love it a lot. Okay, he has access to a piercing attack right here, 100% attack. It scales really similar to his other one. It's 100% AoE attack with CT down. Awesome. Awesome skill right here. You love to see it. And having access to that other damage type, I love to see that as well. Map Shift, this is a jump, right? Move unit to target panel and increase spirit by 20 for 3 turns for allies. And he gets Protect. So there's a weird thing here. It's weird that he has Protect on his TMR and then a Protect skill in his kit, which means you probably might want to give his TMR to somebody else. I know that's weird. This is a cool skill though. A spirit buff. Any unit that can do this is useful, I think. I really like this skill. Shift Break. Move unit to target panel. Decrease their defense by 30 for 3 turns. So it is a defense debuff. It deals 165% damage. It upgrades to also break... here it is. Reduce counter chance by 100%. So there's another way to stop reflexes, right? Which is especially useful if you're fighting Clouds, if you're fighting Frederica's, those dang lightning reflex units, etc. Then his job level 25 skill, Shift Assault. This is the barrier breaker. He jumps to the target, breaks their barrier, 165% damage with an agility debuff. Really cool moves here. I don't think any of these are going to be game-changing damage, but the combination of his buffs plus some of the debuffs that he brings, again, it's that bruiser, tanky, utility area where, hold on, let's go down, let's skip Prince of Lucius for a second, let's look at Spellblade. Let's say you want to run this guy as a tank. Here's how you do it. You go to his Spellblade subjob, and you have to leave a track spell on. Here's the problem. Track spell is a really good skill, right? Hate up 12 for 3 turns, nice long range. The trick is going to be getting the AI to use this. It's going to be very difficult to get your AI to use a track spell. This is why I hesitate to call this guy like a true tank, because if you have these skills on, he's going to have more attack than he has magic. So in my mind, these are probably going to hit harder than his magic abilities, which come from his Spellblade job, which means the AI is probably not going to use a track spell. The one thing here, it has a big range, and a lot of his other moves don't have, well, like this move right here has 4 range. What's a track spell's range? More than 4? 5 with the AI? I don't know. I doubt it. I just don't know that he can get it off. Phrasing. But this does also give him access to magic resistance, which is a 38% magic resist buff to your allies. It has more lightning killer's attack. It has magic barrier, a 50% magic reduction. This will help him into some of those magic fights. So you could use Spellblade to just get the magic resist, get the magic shield, and then lean into like his spirit buff up here at his main job to just make a really strong anti-magic like Earth team or something like that, because Earth is full of units like you are Zazan, like Halloween Ryu, like Oberon, that are really hard to kill. I view Noctis as somebody who just enhances the whole ability of that team. I don't think he's going to be like game breaking or like as good as Oberon, but I do think he can help whatever team you have do well. I do want to talk about his Prince of Lucis sub job real quick. He does have Tri-Blade, a 3-hit, 4-use, cheap skill, really going to be good for chaining. So if you want to pick him up to help your team do some like, guild raids in the future, something like that, I do think that Prince of Lucis might be the sub job you want for that move. Plus he has agility breaks. Agility breaks are really useful in like guild raids. I think we all just witnessed how nice it was to be able to break the agility of a boss. Okay, I don't know if there's a ton more I want to say. Like his ninja job is just kind of nothing. His limit break is another really good PvE skill because it breaks slash pierce and strike resistance. So if you're going for chains, again thinking about like guild raids or top end PvE bosses, being able to break their resistance types is very useful. 43 AP is expensive though, so he'll need some kind of AP regeneration that's probably more impactful than just his TMR to be able to use this and then go into chaining with this Tri-Blade move. Boom, there we go. I think that is about what I wanted to say about my boy Noctis here. So let me wrap it up with just some final thoughts. I think he's going to be good. I think his vision card is better than him, especially if you already have a lot of Earth stuff in your account. You have a really strong Earth account. He's going to be useful. He's not going to be game breaking. I think if you're guys, like, I love Earth. Y'all know I'm an Earth player. I love my Earth units, so I'm going to get this guy on my main account. If I was a new player, man, I don't know. I guess I'm going to give him a poll rating of like, do you like Final Fantasy 15? You think Noctis is a cool dude? Do you want to warp all over the map and like hit people and have another sword come out and hit people? Boom, Noctis is your guy. He's going to be a really interesting support. I think chat got it right. I think chat nailed it when they said Noctis is like what Ramza kind of should be. I don't know. I think I'm like turning their words into something else here, but I do think that's right. I think if this is what Ramza becomes when they change him, I think they'll have done a good job. That's Noctis, the main character of Final Fantasy 15, coming this Wednesday. This video's hella long already, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank y'all for watching. Hey, if you want to support the channel, Amazon coin affiliate link down in the description. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.